With the sales report screen, you can view various different reports and graphs on the performance of your cart, and that's accessible on the View Sales Reports menu. So here's the screen in front of us here, and as you can see, it says select the report type, date span, and options. Then click on Show Report. So there's various different options here. You can see total number and value of sales by date span, total number and value of sales by source. Here's a good one: total quantity and value of products purchased. So if you want to see the quantity and value of the products, of specific products that you've actually that have been sold on your cart in a specific time span, for example, so you can see how much stock you've been selling, so you can restock or whatever, then that's the option you want to use for that. The tax options, these, if you're in the UK and you're VAT registered, you're going to want to use these to calculate the taxable sales, and also the sales where no tax was charged as well. Then you can do a graph. Those ones are tables. Then we've got some graphs. You can do total number of sales by date span, total value of sales by date span, total number of sales by source. Now the source is how your customers heard about you, so you need to use the options at Tools Options checkout screen, so that you basically on there you enter a list of options for the customer, so they can select how they heard about your website, and that will be collated in a graph, and it kind of accompanying that particular graph, you can ignore sources which are only selected once. And the reason for that is if you've got lots of sources, or your customers have been entering their own sources, you might have lots and lots and lots of sources that have only been entered once, but the ones you're really interested in are the ones that obviously the higher count sources. So anyway, let's take a look at one of these graphs. In fact, let's do the total quantity and value of products purchased. Now today's the 18th of November 2009, so let's just do, I don't know, let's say we wanted to do from January to now. So let's do January the 1st. We want to say how many products have we sold this year. Let's do by, in fact, the by day, by month, by year. That's for sales report. It's not going to be it's not going to be used for this. So let's click on Show Report. I've set the date span, and now it's going to go away and it's going to calculate the number of products we sold. So as we can see here, it shows you the number and the value. So here we've got a claret. We sold 1,426 bottles of claret, which is obviously a very popular choice. And then we've got the bottle of peas porter underneath. Interestingly, the claret there, this is test data, okay, so it's not really very meaningful. In this case, claret is the quantity of 1,426 has only generated £14.26, but of course that's because on our demo store we've got claret, or we have had claret for 1p. As I say, it's only a demo store. Okay, so but bottle of peas porter, slightly more realistic. We sold 416 of those, and that's generated just over £2,000. So as you can see down here, there's all sorts of different other options. In fact, there's some other ones down the bottom, which are to do with coupons and free gifts that have been sold as well. So that's just a basic example of a report. Let's do a graph as well. Let's do a sales graph. So the total value of sales by date span. Let's keep the same. Let's keep the same date span. Let's do it by month. Here we are. So if I just run that there, here we are. So we can see this is for this year up until this point. We can see, this is a great graph, isn't it? You can, and there's a button there to print it as well, and you can see the sales kind of plummeted in May. Not totally sure why that was. As I say, this is demo data. It shows there's a line going across there which shows the average sales. It was kind of, you can use that to predict where you're going to be in the future regarding sales, and you can use this type of graph to show seasonal trends and to really get a feel for the highs and lows of what you've been selling using your card. So that's the sales report screen.